wasn't recording. Oh no, let's try that again. All right. I hope I'm being heard now. All right, let's try that all again. Good morning, greetings and salutations. I'm having trouble with my electronics here today. It won't let me. Okay, why is it doing this? No sound, no sound. Hey, River's on there. I think we got sound now. Maybe. I hope. Well, no one's telling me. All right. But yeah, yesterday, what an ordeal! I went and did a total archery challenge. I'll start all over because I didn't have the sound on. But what a blast! It was so fun. I did the. I met four young guys that were champions, in my opinion. They pulled me through. They literally pulled me through the woods. It felt like. I mean, that was the. It was one of those weird experiences, a total embarrassment point in my time in my life. I felt so ashamed, but yeah, I was having so much fun and felt so much gratitude all at the same time for those guys that helped me out. Because I didn't know what I was signing up for. It was the very first one I'd done, so I was just kind of taking a shot in the dark, and I hit the prime course. You know, they call it prime for a reason. Prime means you better be in your prime shape because I kid you not, the hills are like this. And you know how when you're clearing property or clearing land, I'm sure everybody's experienced at some point in time, you cut a little sapling down, well, it leaves a little round stump like that. Those things were everywhere. And luckily I carried my walking stick. And these guys helped me out by one of them would pack my bow up or they'd go and retrieve my arrow. I was so grateful. It was like three brothers and a friend, and I got their picture. I'm going to post it. They gave me permission they gave me permission to do so. So yeah, but yeah, the first target I walked up to was 60 yards up a hill. It was just like this. I mean, literally, when you walk up the hill, you can put your arm out, not full extension, and your hand would touch the soil in front of you as you're going up. It was so steep. But yeah, I only missed one target. I ran the whole course on, technically, I ran the whole course on like one arrow, because the one target I missed, the arrow was like right below it, so I was able to retrieve it. Very exciting, very exciting. I'd show you, of course, it's all going to be backwards, but the total archery tack won't be. Yeah, I guess it will be. There we go. Well, try it again. So it's still reversed, but how exciting. Fun time. But yeah, I only scored a 153, but that's a very proud 153 because I got to target 15. I think I posted it, and I was ready to call it quits and throw in the towel. But those guys, they pulled me through. So grateful for them because literally we was at the highest point of the ridge, and I took a picture to show. No sound. Yep. Nice shooting. Thank you, River. Hey. But yeah, it was, they convinced me to go on and, which I'm so glad they did, because down from that point, it was all downhill and it opened up. It was like weaving through a goat path going up through most of it. It was, hey, good morning for tuning in. Thank you very much. Hey, and, so from that point, though, it cleared up, opened up a little bit, and then got in the shade. That was a big thing. We started at 8:30, and by the time we got to 15, it was like 10:30, and man, was it hot. And I couldn't understand it. It was like I was saying, it was like such a mixed emotion of excitement, joy, thrilling, fun, not knowing what's next, still being totally exhausted, hitting the wall, and being embarrassed that I couldn't pull through on my own. I had to have so much help, but yet still exhilarating and fun all at the same time. If that's possible, that's what was happening. But yeah, it was exciting. They gave, when I signed up, I got total archery vanes to go on some arrows, hot pink. I like that color on arrows. It makes it a little easier to find unless it's springtime, because you'd be surprised how many pink flowers you got growing in your yard. And I didn't use it because, like I say, I wound up being with a group unintentionally. But they give you this scarf, so when you're out retrieving your arrow, before you go up to do so, you throw this little scarf on the cone or sign sitting there to indicate to the people behind you that you're up trying to find your arrow. And everybody was so gracious and patient. That was early in the morning. I don't know how it lasted by the afternoon because it was hot. I have to say that I would imagine that there were probably some disgruntled people there. I mean, I can't imagine. The one exciting thing from Knock Up, I think it is, John. He was there. A little disappointed I didn't get to spend any one-on-one time with him, but I got to listen to his stories and everything. And guy is pretty amazing, really, because he was a competition shooter, one of the best or the best at the time, and he literally quit competition shooting because it interfered with the elk season. He wasn't going to miss that. So, yeah, the guy is a top-notch shot. I was hoping to kind of tag along. I know what I'm doing next year if I can get, maybe 2 days out of it or whatever. It's a 3-day thing. Started yesterday. It's going to go all the way to Sunday. They're giving away a truck. I went down, shot 2 arrows, lost 2 arrows, and then I guess I looked really bad because the guy running the booth had me sit down for a little bit. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" I personally, I felt fine, but obviously it looked like I wasn't. Anyway, got a shirt, several little things. Fun time. I recommend it. If you're into archery, oh my gosh, go do it. It's the best time in the world. I know what courses I'm running next year. Like I say, they got what they call an elk run. It's 15 targets. It's all one plateau. You're shooting longer yardage, but yeah, man. Thank you. I got my shirt on. I love my new shirts. Mrs. 5856 gives them the thumbs up. I appreciate her opinion highly. But yeah, because they got the elk shoot, and then they got the it's a knock up course where it borders this beautiful, like 7-acre lake. There was at least 2 of them, maybe 3. Down at this place. It was the sporting club on the farm down in, not really sure of the town. The closest town would have been Jeffersonville, maybe, Kentucky. It was down on the river. I'm driving down the road, and you got the old telephone wires that sweep between pole to pole. I don't know what the distance is, but it's every bit of 100 feet. And then they got the like cable hub in the center where they got connections and expansion where there's what I call flood grass laying over across the thing. And I'm looking, and those cables are an easy 20, 30 feet in the air. I'm like, holy smokes. I can't believe how high the water gets down there. But then you can feel the river. If you look back at the photos yesterday on the shorts, hole 15, where I was about to throw in the towel, there is maybe a glimpse of the river in that photo. I was that close. So, but blast. I can't emphasize it enough. Hey, you know what? I was looking at the calendar, and before I forget, I want to remind everybody that coming up this week, we have a celestial event happening, and I'm going to mispronounce these names horribly. Stay with me. But the prestigious meteor shower, it's going to be happening August the 12th through the 13th. It's already happened. It's actually started like July 17th and going all the way to August 24th. It's produced by the Swift-Tuttle comet, where it comes through. And it's going to be questionable, depending on the weather. I didn't check that far ahead, if the what's it called? The waning moon, Gibbon moon, is going to be too bright, but the brightest meteors will get through. You can still see them. So yeah, try to get out and look up in the sky. There's going to be a bunch of them because, like I say, that's the peak time, the 12th and the 13th. So that evening, I'm always into that. I love watching meteor showers and comets. Don't get. I was lucky enough to see Halley's comet when I was in my 20s, I think maybe. Yeah, I don't think I want to make a second sighting of that one. So it's always fun to watch that going on. I mean, I got Mrs. 58, 56 years ago got me a telescope, and I loved getting out and watching it. It was a manual telescope. They got those real fancy ones, or they had them then, but they cost way too much, where it tracked whatever you were sighting in on. But it was powerful enough where I could look in, you could see Saturn, all the moons, and what is the next galaxy? Andromeda. You could actually see the Andromeda galaxy. That was really cool. I probably need to get that out and dust it off, see if I still got all the components to it one of these days. The downside of it is you got to wait till a cool evening in order to get clear enough skies to do all that in our area. I mean, we're in Midwest, the industrial hub, so the skies aren't as clear as you really think they are. I hope everybody's hearing me okay. I conducted the first 5-7 minutes or so without my mic on. Bad habit. I need to break that. But yeah, once again, I'm real proud of my shirts. I like those. Now, if you saw me in person, they'd be reversed because let's see. Well, it's here. Here's my shirt that I got yesterday. Now it's going to be reversed. See? So yeah, I real proud of that one. I can't wear that one soon. And then, but now if you look at this, hey, and the nice thing about it, it's an eye catcher because people look at it and go, hey, what's up with the shirt? And I go, oh, well, come here and put my arm around them, and say, hey, look at that. Anyway, I'm a goober. I know it. But yeah, it was, yesterday was a blast. Recommend it to anybody that's into archery. I hope we got some followers that are. And it was just an all-around blast. I'll have to admit, from 15 to 25, because there were 25 targets on the range I was on, kind of a blur. I just know they were easy. I remember them being easier, but yeah, I was done with it at that point in time. But like I say, first time, huge learning curve. I'm ready for next year. I'm ready for the next one. Of course, this was the last one of the season, and all the others are way out west, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming. So I got to wait for the ones that hit the Midwest. So I'll keep my eye out for, I think there's another one that's in Michigan. So it might be doable. But anyway, all right, enough of that. I can go on and on about it. And I have, to the point I bored my wife to death. But it's something that's going to be with me forever. Excuse me, I just got a little emotional all of a sudden because I got to thinking about those guys that helped me out. But yeah, I got some veins from for my future arrow repairs. I'm excited about those. And then just it's this cone guard actually makes a nice little scarf to wear around your neck when it's as hot, so you can keep a little moisture on you. Yesterday I was just way overconfident in my abilities. Very humbling. Very, very, very. So this week, future on the week, like I say, I want to finish up these lures. And it is time. August is here, so it's time to start on Christmas. I got several things in the works, and planned, not in the works, I should emphasize. But the shop ought to be getting a little cooler finally, because this isn't AC. I just got a fan in the corner, and oh, mercy, does it get hot up here. You gotta be prepared. So you gotta wait till August. Temperatures start flipping a little bit, and that helps a ton to get in here and do any work. So yeah, that's coming up. I got several things that I keep saying I'm going to do it every year. Well, this year I'm going to have to draw a line in the sand and say, okay, we're doing it. I'm going to start making craft stuff. It won't be available until next year. So, you know, trying to get ahead of the game, it's hard to do. It's hard to stay motivated when you can't, you can't bear to be in the shop. But I'm grateful to have the shop. It's a fun place to go. I love coming up here and hanging out, um, doing stuff, tinkering around. Here this past summer, when I could stand to be up in here, I was tweaking a few things, making some new jigs for the upcoming season. So yeah, we should be ready to start probably this week. Any spare time, I'll probably be up here in the shop. So hey, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. We hope everybody's got their coffee shot. Yesterday, I grabbed a latte from the big coffee Starbucks, and they asked me if I wanted a double shot. I had no idea what that was. I was like, sure. I was like, heck, let's make it a triple. I like coffee. And they're like, give me a squirt of caramel syrup in there. And he's like, oh, we can do two. And I was like, all right. You know what the triple shot was shots of espresso. I don't know how they measured that out with the steamed milk and everything. Lordy. I was wired. I had luckily I only had about another 12 miles to go. But that first hill, I scaled right up that thing. But yeah, well, that was the one thing. You parked down in a lower area, and then you had to walk up this long sweeping hill. You was a quarter mile from your vehicle for the little festival area thing they set up for all the vendors and everything, which was really cool. Everything was out of my price range, but it was really cool. I just got the stuff I signed up for, which is more than enough. Just memorabilia and stuff to remember the day. But yeah, I recommend it. I can't get enough of it. So it's got me jazzed up for next year. I want to get back in the gym. Even you got to get your mindset right. It's like if you're a smoker and you want to quit smoking, you just can't say I'm going to quit today. You got to get your head set in that condition, saying, okay, today is the day I'm quitting, or this is the week I'm doing it. And you got to do it. So anyway, and that's coming from an ex-smoker that hasn't smoked for 24 years. So that's what's got to happen. So on the checklist, starting this month, Christmas, uh, then finding all my little notebooks that I've scribbled in over the past 8 months, what people want. Because, you got to be secretive about what you're doing. You just can't. So I can tell you that we're making progress. Won't be able to show you we're making progress because you just never know who's watching. So with that being said, Christmas season starting. I got somebody in mind for all these lures I've been working on. This one here I'm really proud of. That's a nice slim one. With that, we'll be adding color to that one here in a week or so. And then this one here, I'm not really sure where I'm going. It's going to be like more of a tadpole, I think. And then we got another one I'm just still trying to break the idea of playing on what that one is. So yeah, I don't worry, River. You're getting something else. But yeah, this one here is I don't know. We might go with a bluegill representation. Um, they 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 kind of, once you start carving the figurine, that's when the idea hits you. You're going, oh, I can do this or I can do that. It grows as you carve. Like I showed my granddaughter this year is going to receive, I can show you that, I think. I think maybe I did show you, but anyway, just in case. The bears set. There's a mama bear, papa bear, and a baby bear, but now I got to do another baby bear, or maybe, and then, or better yet, a toddler bear. So yeah, I got the papa bear is just about done. The mama bear is really close, and the baby bear, that's some scary carbon right there. So that's happening as well. And then I acquired these. Oh, I can't even remember the name of them. They come from Brazil originally, but these here were grown in the U.S. These nuts, they're used as fake ivory for inlays and stuff, where you can carve them. They're hard as all get out. These knives here are extra sharp. All right, these are my flex cutting knives. Oh, I swear I'll not cut myself. So here I'm going to just do an example carve. Trust me, with the amount of pressure I'm putting on this right now, I'd be making great big flakes. Well, here I'll do the same thing. Here's a piece of scrap. See how much I can dig into that? I don't know if that shows up on camera or not. See how big the flakes are. I understand why people do that now. But when I do the same thing to this bokeh nut, they make beads out of it. So I think that is it. You can't even. I'm carving harder than I was on that piece of wood, and I barely scratched it. So that's going to be interesting working with these. I got a couple ideas to do with them. So we're going to see. They say a worm is in the center of these things when they develop on the tree. I don't know how a worm ever gets out of this thing. I couldn't believe that that's what I read. But yeah, I got, oh, no, that says bonus. And then there's these unique game die that someone's inquired about. I got a few other interesting die things that I'm going to do. Hopefully I get around to using my thank you very much mustache stamp I got years ago this year. So we're going to be doing that. Oh, and I got a couple of people that I got to make some rings for. I got to do some vast improvements on my ring making. I was getting there, and then I kind of dropped that because it's kind of like, oh, squirrel, and I'd started a new hobby. So that's kind of how that went. But I got to redeem myself with a couple people with them things. So yeah, that's going to be happening starting this month. So some things I'll be able to show, but majority things are going to be a secret until at least Christmas time or in that neck of the woods. But yeah, it's the fun time of year. I'm a winter person. Oh, thank goodness my wife and myself are both winter people. Although she seems to be wavering a little bit anymore. She's talking about how things are getting cold. So I rarely, forever and ever, I used to wear shorts in the wintertime, but then I got both knees replaced and got some nasty scars, so I keep long pants on because of that. But but I still rarely wear a jacket. I got a heavy overshirt I love to wear. It's going to be curious to see how well that thing fits me this year, because on account of, thank goodness, Miss 58, 56, excuse me, and myself managed to lose a fair amount of weight for the two of us. And I think between the two of us, we're down 100 120 or 30 pounds. So yeah, we've done well. And my old overshirt was one I had bought when I was at my heaviest. So we'll see how much it drapes or whatever, but hopefully not too bad, because I love the old thing. And let's see, we covered the celestial sky. Yeah, that's an important one. August the 13th and or 12th and 13th. Keep an eye open. They say if weather permitting, but concerns about the moon, whether it's going to be too bright to wash out the meteorites. But they say still the brightest ones you'll still be able to see. So that will be exciting. Um, Christmas season starting. The archery challenge. I can go on about that one. That's just so many emotions. This old man had enjoyed that so much. It was just one of the most exciting things one of the most exciting things I've done. So, and hey, I wasn't a pro athlete. I was what we call a high school athlete. Uh, and I had a lot of exciting times during that. There's still a lot of memories involved with that, but this one here probably takes the cake. Shooting that 111 yard target, that was just too much. Shout out to, oh, yeah, yeah. And I also would love to thank Sports Locker for helping me out on designing the shirts. Um, I love them. Can't do merch store yet, but all comes down to people following. So hopefully we get some subscribers and we get to, I think I've got to hit, if I keep with the shorts, we got to get to 500. So I think we still got 300 to go, a long ways, but I am grateful for the 200. It's overwhelming to think there's 200 people willing to watch whatever I do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, skies, Christmas, archery, carvings. I think we covered everything I had, unfortunately. I wish I could show you these things. I seen a guy yesterday. He had the setup on a tripod that he was getting ready to walk around with. I was like, wow, I was impressed with that. He was in shape. But he didn't run the prime course either, so that made a big difference. But he had one of those Insta's 350, 350 on his fives on his top of his Canon camera, digital camera, and then that was mounted on a tripod. And I stopped and talked to him. He was an archery warrior, nice gentleman. Yes, Insta 360, and it was the envious setup. Of course, probably about it's still out of price range right now. Maybe someday, but that was impressive. Nice gentleman, archery warrior. I think it was. I was going to look it up today. I'll confirm that for sure in the next video. But yeah, I'm going to try to post a picture of the 4 guys that helped me. They were 3 brothers and a friend. Great guys, great guys. They act very concerned, but I'm so grateful they convinced me to go on. They actually had to talk me into it. I was after going up that hill. I don't know what we walked up in elevation, but the thing that did me in was, as I've already stated, but I want to tell you again, when you clear property and you clear out a bunch of saplings, you cut trees, and they always wind up being like 1.5 inches, 2 inches above the ground, and they're round and flat, and you just trip over them. Oh my gosh. And then they're on a hill that you can just reach out and touch as you're going up. It was incredible. But then you go through this trail that you actually got to bend down to get through. If people had those packs for the arrows sticking out of the back of, or the quivers or whatever, I don't know how they did it. I was able to grab my side pouch and pull the fletchings in and do the trail, but I literally carried too many arrows yesterday because I didn't want to get up there and lose a bunch of arrows and then be all upset. So I brought the whole armada when I went up there. I wasn't going to run arrows. And then I ran the course on 1 arrow. I was just, I can't even begin to describe how exhilarating that was. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I appreciate you tuning in and listening, putting up with me. Got a long day ahead. So everybody, please stay attention to the heat, stay hydrated, be safe, take breaks, whatever it takes. Remember, it's going to be hot, hot, hot. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so grateful. All right, everybody have a good day, and I will talk to you in the next video.